I'm going to show and tell you everything you need to know to become a good editor for free. The app we are using is Davinci Resolve. Before people slap on my knob and fondle my balls, I promise my DMs and my comments are flooded with people who ask for this. And so this is for y'all. This is for y'all. Now, speaking of people, I posted a video that I quit my job. A lot of people were freaking out. I just want to do a disclaimer.
Random disclaimer.
That job didn't even pay that well and also didn't treat me well. I was getting disrespected on the daily. I was literally getting slapped across the not actually, but I was getting disrespected. It was not just rainbows and sunshine, you know. It was actually agony, despair, misery everywhere, you know. But it was a restaurant. I was a server. That's usually how it goes. Now I can edit a video in my freaking lovely room with ambiance and music and candles and make 150. So take the D out of your mouth. And with that being said, I am still taking new clients. Here are my rates. Because demand is so crazy, I am putting the price up there. I can't take everyone, but I know my worth. Know your worth. Hey, if you don't want to pay that much, I'm literally showing you how to edit. So let's dive into this shit. All the buttons you see down here is just a bunch of different pages. You don't have to give a fuck about any of these. This is the only one you want to worry about. We'll get into the others later. Now, if you're like, what the fuck is this? All you have to know, this is where you drag your videos in. These are your effects, filters, so blur, anything like that. Audio effects, you can make it echo, whatever. If you're not an effect person, you could get rid of it like that. I always have those open, not gonna lie. Now, some people, they're like, why the fuck is my video not dragging? They try to drag it in like so. It's not dragging in. It's not dragging in. The reason is Davinci Resolve doesn't support every format, but it supports the most like important ones. As we can see, QuickTime Move is basically any video that comes from your iPhone or MacBook. MP4 is gonna be literally every single video that comes from a camera. So we could drag this in right here like that. Oh, I need to show you guys what Inspector is. Inspector is really just what the name is. You can inspect everything in the video, how much is zoomed in. This is your reset button, by the way. Positioning, so left to right, up and down. Usually people use this to move it up and down. This is what I did. I click this right here. Oh, so much easier. Because I know you're like, wait, what the fuck? What's happening? There's some things I forgot to mention. We're gonna make sure timeline resolution is good. So go into settings. My timeline resolution is not as high as it could be. We're gonna do this one. I don't feel like reading that out if I'm being honest. I'm gonna show you guys something. This coloring looks so good, but when you load it up, it's like washed out. The reason why is because there's some preferences I don't have toggled on, which I should, and you guys should too. Now, I kind of only know the ones for Mac, so I'm really sorry for Windows users. So you're gonna go into Davinci Resolve Preferences. You're gonna go into General, use Mac Display Color, automatically tag, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Another thing, I have my color management in Davinci YRGB. Timeline color space is Rec 709A. And put output color space as same as timeline. And then we gotta restart the program. Now remember what this looked like. Remember what this looked like, because it's probably gonna look different. That's what it looks like. As you can see, that's exactly what rendered. Okay, so now all the coloring we do, that's exactly how it's gonna look when it exports. So in this page, you really just gotta play around to learn it. I'm not gonna lie, I never fully learned it. All right, everyone fucking loves a little zoom in. I'm gonna show you how to do the zoom in right now. I press this big old diamond right here, makes all the diamonds light up. What this diamond is called is a keyframe. If I put this right here and it's red and I go later on and I move this up, it's gonna turn that red, as you can see. So that's that little zoom in that everyone drops their panties for. There you go. With iPhone videos, most of the time, not every time, but most of the time, the audio is gonna be split up like this for some reason. I just simply do a compound clip, which basically a compound clip makes it so that everything that you have selected mushes down into one clip, so that's not fucking just all spread out. And with iPhone audio, the voice isolation is low key. iPhone's mic don't be voice isolating. So, I mean, it's just a regular phone mic. How much could it really do? I got you right here. I got you right here. So we can see that the audio is in A1, like A1 stop. A1. So go right here. You can literally see it says voice ISO. So you go right here, enable, and there you go. This will just make it sound better. Be careful. If you move the audio to A2 instead of A1, it's gonna go back to how it was before. Only A1 has voice isolation on. And then the same thing goes, because A1 is only picking up voices, if you drag anything like a sound effect or music into A1, it's not going to pick it up and it's not going to be heard, and you're gonna be confused out of your freaking mind. Keyboard customization. Just say it with keyboard customization. I'm gonna show you guys all the commands you need to know. And then you guys could either be a little copycat and copy my keys. So what I did was put all my keys near each other for my left hand to use so that I could use the mouse with my right hand. Or you could put your own. Key is to make it easier for you though. Do little shortcuts so that you don't have to keep left clicking on your mouse, because I fear you're gonna get carpal tunnel. Keep doing that. Is that how it happens? We're gonna go to Davinci Resolve, keyboard customization. Razor is the first one. It's basically just the split tool. It's what splits your clip. undo, redo, ripple delete in the edit timeline. What this button does is basically it ripple deletes the clip that you have selected. Snapping, basically when you have snapping on, you can literally snap it. When it's off, you can move it wherever you like. Zoom out and zoom in so that you can zoom in on your timeline, zoom out on your timeline. You could also have it right here. Now, one thing I did that you're probably not gonna have to do. So what your arrowheads do, they make it move forward, they make it move backward. You get a more precise cut. But like I said, I like to have my right hand on my mouse and my left hand doing all the key work. So I did it so that my left arrowhead could also be A and my right arrowhead could also be D. And those are the most used keys of mine, so you don't really gotta give up on that. How I measure the audios, I play it by ear. If you see your audio hitting red, you should probably lower it. As you can see, this is not hitting red at all. It could hit red sometimes. It's just if it's consistently, it's probably gonna sound like ear rape when you render it. All right, I said we were gonna end it. Now we're really like, okay, we have a hand cam. Let's go, y'all. Are we ready? Okay, now, dear viewer, there is such thing called rough cuts and final cuts. An average editor, let's say it's like an hour of footage. Like for example, this is gonna be over an hour of footage. They would go through this entire video, just roughly cut it, basically get rid of like anything that's not really that important, or just like get it a little organized, which I do that too. Like really rough cut, really rough. Let's say I leave the camera for like 30 minutes, then yeah, I'll cut that. But I don't really do rough cuts as in like imagine this, but like an hour long. I don't do that. I go hardcore. For example, all the edits I did right here. Quit my job. Every sound effect, all the music, all the text, all the graphics, I did right there. This, for example, usually you're supposed to do a rough cut and then you go anywhere in the video that you need to add text, you add text. And then anywhere in the video you need to add music, you add music. Anywhere in the video you need to add sound effects, you add sound effects. I don't do that. I find that so tiring. And also all the effects and all the text and all the sounds is what makes me excited. You know, that's what makes me want to keep editing a video. And usually you're not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna give you an option right here. Here you do a rough cut and then you see where you need text, you see where you need music, you see where you need whatever. Instead of adding it all right away. And that's supposed to make it easier on you and it's supposed to make you not burn out. For me, I like to add everything right away, but I do end up needing a lot of breaks. So you choose. But anyways, I'm gonna do it the way I do it, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna do everything right here. So let's, again, what am I gonna say? Everything is split, everything is cut, everything is deleted. That needs to be deleted. So time to add stuff. For musica, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all. Go to YouTube Studio, audio library. Like file through these and you'll find a bunch of audios and they're all good. They're all ran through by YouTube. All right, so let's add some musica. Music is what gets me more amped up. Gives me the most. So I always add it first because it makes me like get excited to edit. But with that being said, music washes out the voice so much. I'm gonna do like -25, babe. Like -25, babe. All right, look, take a good look. These waveforms should be way smaller than these waveforms. If it feels like you can't hear the music, trust you will hear the music. All right, now we have music added. Let's pretend this is an intro. All right, daily vlog. Guys, everyone's always like, what is that heavenly little font that you use, baby? It's the most basic font in the world. Helvetica Nanu. Now, this looks a little stale, huh? So we're gonna go into settings. Remember, this little diamond is a keyframe. With a keyframe, it's just basically any movement. I'm gonna put a keyframe right here because it's already big. It's already taking up a lot of the screen. It's a really fat little text. Put a keyframe right here, move it over here. You see how it's gray because there's no keyframe. Key. So we're gonna make it smaller. What is that gonna do? What do we think that's gonna do? This is just a random clip. That's what it's gonna do. Bye. Shari. You guys are never gonna know how to properly pronounce my name, just saying. By Shari. Right here, it's time to add a sound effect. A lot of people wonder, where do you get your sound effects? Baby, search up anything, put sound effect after it, and you're gonna find something. All right, this is what we're using. Score, sound effect, sound library. This is where we take off snapping, guys. This is where we take off snapping. See, everything checks out, huh? Sound effects, their waveform shouldn't be this big. They should be small, petite. So we're gonna do like -8. Oh, that did not line up. Did that line up even? So this is something that I do that you guys might literally shit your pants. The way to duplicate a clip is you press down on Option if you're on Mac and drag it like that. If you're on Windows, you click down Alt and do the same all time. We're gonna duplicate this. We're gonna put snapping on because I need to align directly on top. Now, using page. I said we weren't gonna touch it. I said we weren't gonna fondle it. Baby, we're stuck in it. We're gonna do Shift Space Bar. We're gonna search up Magic Mask. We're gonna add it. Now we're gonna wait for it to select all that stuff. Oh my God. Subtract will get rid of anything you don't want. All right, everything looks good to me. You go on this button. All right, sometimes it glitches. Guys, I look so bald-headed. Oh my God. It's all loaded in. Boom! Boom!
Oh my God, you found your view.
I think that looks kind of cool. So now we can do this. Put it all the way over there. Go to the end of the clip. Put your arrowhead a little bit back so that you can still see it. And now we go over there. Let's see how that looks. Davinci Resolve likes to glitch a little bit when you do anything funky. Now, anything for zoom is literally just gonna be right here. So zoom, you wanna zoom out like that. Guys, I didn't even tell you where to get text from. All right, I'm gonna show you everything that I have favorited. This is things that you probably should have favorited too. First things first, you must have text favorited. Where you can find this is in titles, and then it's literally just gonna be right here. And all you have to do is press on the little star right here. Adjustment clip. So adjustment clip is found in effects. It's right here. This makes it so that you can zoom in on a range of clips. Let's say we wanna zoom in on all of this. So instead of just being on one clip, you can make it go across two. What I mostly use this for is for crop. You can make it like that, you make it like that. Cinematic with it, like that. I used to abuse crop. If you look at my old videos, you'll see. I have not one, not two, but 3 massive pimples on my chin right now. Oh my God, I just wanna rub, I wanna go on a carpet and go on my chin like. What the fuck? After I said I look good, I feel like that would be a good time to say, yeah. Guys, when it comes to sound effects, you really gotta feel what you're feeling, okay? It's what you're feeling, it's what you feel. All right, I'm gonna give y'all tips. When you're editing your own video, it's really, really easy to think you're funnier than you are. A lot of things should be cut, and most of the time they're not by like beginner editors because they think they should keep it in. This is the thing. The main type of clip I would keep in, even though there was nothing happening, was when I looked good. Don't keep a clip in just simply because you look Any ums or us or literally just blank spaces, unless you have a different editing style than what I have. Like there's editing styles where you do keep that in because you have a relaxed editing style. If you don't have that, 99% of the time your target audience is not fucking with the uhs or ums, you know? If it's like, and yeah, like what are you keeping that in for? What are you keeping that in for? Now we're gonna get a little bit more complex. I know, you're probably shitting your pants right now. I'm gonna show you guys the J and L. They're really just overlapping clips. To put it simple, is that the way that I edit my videos is I leave 2 layers. I leave video 1, video 2, A1, A2 for just these, and then everything else gets the ones below that. Because this is what I do. I overlap everything. So this goes a little bit on top of that. This goes a little bit on the bottom of that. This is gonna go a little bit on top of that. You know, they just all overlap. Okay, so I wanna show you guys what it looks like with everything overlapping each other. I fixed up the clips a little bit because I moved everything around, so I had to fix it. So this is what it looks like. That's the type of cuts I do. You could do standard cuts, it really doesn't matter. They're all jump cuts. I'm showing you guys that because I find that to be the best. I think that looks really clean, it sounds really clean, and to be quite frank, it keeps it, and to be quite frank, it holds more attention, or it holds attention longer. Okay, so now we are ready to export. I forgot to do this in the OG vid. You're gonna click on this little rocket ship. Here we are. Oh, for free. All right, now for format, we're gonna do MP4, H.264, use hardware resolution. All right, and then we're leaving the timeline resolution, leaving timeline frame rate. For quality, restrict to 40,000. Then we're gonna do multi-pass encode, because then it'll just like, instead of rendering it one time, it'll render it a couple times to avoid glitches. And then we go to advanced setting. We're gonna go full. All right, and then we're force sizing to highest quality. Force debayer to highest quality. All right, now let's add to render queue. Render. All right, with that being said, my camera's at 7%. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but that is the basics to editing. I really do hope it helped. Again, if you are looking for an editor, if you still have any questions, go ahead and leave a little comment. I'll probably make a third editing video where I address all the comments and also go into more complex edits. I'm thinking of making like, I don't know if it's like cringe fest or like what. I'm thinking of making a Discord for all of my viewers who are editors or want to be editors, so that if you have any comments, they can answer you or I can answer you in that, and we can all help each other in a little realm. So yeah, let me know if you want that to happen. This was a really highly requested video, so I hope this reaches everyone that has asked for it. With that being said, good luck, guys. I think you guys could become really good editors. Love y'all. My camera is literally yelling at me to stop fucking talking. I love you guys. And a reminder, get my little Johnson out of your mouth for all those people who were giving me sass about quitting my job. Look, there were some people that were genuinely concerned, and I appreciate you guys, because I understand. Like, I look at people who would quit their job for like TikTok or something, and I'd be like, what the fuck? And there's like some people that were genuinely concerned, and this is not to you guys, okay, but to the other people who were just blatantly hating. Get my little Johnson out of your mouth. Okay, with that being said, see you guys in the next one.